Good morning everyone. So it has been such a long time since I vlogged and a lot has gone on. I don't even know what I have actually mentioned to everyone. I think the last vlog I did, it is the last vlog because I'm looking at it right now, was our holiday or weekend away, long weekend away to Nowa to Mingling Waters, which was a lovely weekend. It was so funny how I found that. So we've just gotten some news, some good news, and to sort of not celebrate, to just like have a weekend to recoup from what we've been going through. I decided, Eric didn't, I decided to try and find accommodation for the long weekend. I can't remember what weekend it was, Labor Day I think. Anyway, I went on Expedia and put in like, you know, the 10 kids, blah blah blah. Anyway, this place in Nowa came up, Mingling Waters. It was like $400 for the long weekend. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. We've got that in our travel fund. I'll book it. And so Eric came home, this was at 6 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, we're going away tomorrow. It's like 5 hours away, but we'll be fine. Yeah, and we need to pack. So I was cooking dinner, he was fine with it, and so off we went. It was the best weekend that we have had in such a long time. So majority of the filming was done by the kids. I wasn't actually planning on filming. I took the vlogging camera to take photos, apart from on my phone, because I thought they would turn out better. Ended up not taking any photos on it, I just took them on my phone. But the kids vlogged and I vlogged a little bit. We weren't really vlogging at that time, so yeah, that vlog was basically our children walking around and a little bit of me. But it was such a lovely, peaceful place to go to. If you've got lots of children, they have a 10 one, a 12 one, and I think they had another one that was 8 or 10. There was another large group family in it wasn't a family, it was like a blended family, so the two parents and then their kids and their kids, like it was a blended family, so two families, but they'd separated, but both parents were there of the one child, and then they had their separate children, like to their new marriages. So they were there, they were lovely. So the kids had a great time, they played pool with them. It was just great. It was right on the water. We went for a walk. We found a horse playground, which was quite still trying to figure out. We'd never actually saw a horse the whole time we were there, so we're not sure what that was. But it was so funny. The kids ran around and absolutely loved it. It was such a great holiday, actually. They really enjoyed it. Yes, there was some tears and arguments during it because I booked it the night before and we were very unorganized. And packing the car in that situation was not ideal. Anyway, so that was a great weekend. So the reason that we went on that holiday was at my 3-monthly scan. So I see an endocrinologist, oncologist team at Monash. So they had picked up on my last scan that I had. Actually, it's not my last scan. It would be my last scan now. I had a mass in my throat just here, so they had to retest a whole bunch of stuff. I had to have another ultrasound and that sort of thing. Nothing was coming up on a PET scan, so they have pretty much left it and come to the conclusion that it's just movement or like a mass of water. It's not really anything thingo, but I have to have another scan in a couple of weeks to make sure that it's not, like it'll never go hot. So I'll have to rescan just to make sure. Oh, what? So yeah, so I have to rescan, I think 2 weeks, to make sure it's stayed stable, and then I will rescan every 6 months or something. So this is 3 months again from the last scan. So we had found that out. So Lachlan got sick. We thought he had appendicitis. The hospital told us on the first trip that, she's funny, he just had gastro, and I just thought, oh, that's weird. So we went back, we took him to Monash Children's, which is right next door to the other hospital. And a lady thoroughly went through with him, and they did some blood work. Really? and they found that he had really low platelets, so he had to go and have a whole bunch of tests and stuff done. He had other stuff going on at the time. Anyway, so the thought was that he possibly would have leukemia, or something else. I can't remember the other thing. Let me wrestle my child. So yes, so that became a few things going on, and so the day that I booked that trip, both of us were told that we both did not have cancer. So it was kind of a relief, and so that break was really good for us, especially after everything. It was really nice to you know, be together and stuff. Andrew couldn't make it, but everyone else came. I don't think Caitlin came either. No, Caitlin didn't come either. So that was fine, but yes. So it's been a long few months. I needed a break from, so when I found out, that was just before May 1st, because I said that I was coming back on May 1st, and it was just too much. I had to deal with both of us at the same time, so we just decided to hiatus off social media. We didn't want any input, we didn't want any, like, this and that. If I said what Lachlan's levels were, because he had other levels wrong with him. They actually still don't know what is actually wrong. He has inflamed lymph nodes in his stomach, but we're still ongoing with that, but hopefully it will settle down soon. Apparently it's just something that can happen after a bad infection. We had a really bad bout of gastro, we all did, earlier in the year, and they think that that is what started it. But anyway, she's being highly annoying with that rattle. Sorry about that. And yes, so it's been a long few months. We have a lot going on in the future. We're actually just starting, oh gosh girl, a massive room swap. So I think this is worse than moving. Like, honestly, I think it's worse than moving. So every single child is going into, okay, do you want to go play somewhere else with that? Hang on a sec. Okay, sorted her out. So we are doing a massive move room, which I actually think is worse than moving, because you're not physically moving anything to somewhere else. You got to somehow move that person's furniture into those kids' rooms while still having those kids in there, while trying to move their kids to another room, because no one's doing an actual physical flip in this situation. So we've got Cooper, Lachlan, Tyler moving into this room. Bella, Zoe and Nora are going up to Gracie and Olivia's room. Gracie and Olivia are going over to Caitlin's room. Caitlin's going back down into the master. And Harry and Joel, I've already moved to the study upstairs, because I'm finding if I want to edit during the day, I used to edit at night, but I can't do that anymore because I Uber at night, that I need to be on the same level as the girls. Otherwise it's just bedlam. So it's still bedlam, but so yes, so we're doing a massive room move. I sold a whole heap of furniture. I actually sold some pieces that I shouldn't have, which I thought I didn't need, but whatever, we'll just deal with it. They didn't match, and it's just frustrating me. So we are going through a massive cull of stuff, and I'm finding that my older kids don't really like the younger kids or the older siblings' clothes, so I'm just telling them, what you don't like, we're just getting rid of, because keeping endless and endless piles of kids' clothes is driving me bonkers. Baby clothes, I don't care, because what does the baby care? And toddler clothes, but I'm finding older kids' clothes, there's just no point. Bella has all these clothes and won't wear half of them because she doesn't like them, because Caitlin was like a tomboyish type thing at that age, where she likes to be pretty, and which is fine, but I don't want the other stuff hanging around for another 4 years for the other girls to tell me the same thing. So anyway, I'm learning that fast. So yes, I haven't had older kids for that long. Like, I'm talking to older kids. Harry and Joel happily wear whatever still, but they're starting to get opinionated as well. So anyway, so yes, we also are going through a massive thing of the toys, especially the toddler range. We had a stage where we had 5 toddlers, or 5 preschool toddlers, babies, so we had a lot of stuff, and I've gotten rid of a lot of it, but some of it I have kept because they play with it. So yes, so a few people have mentioned we should like reduce like the Duplo and the wooden train tracks and stuff, but I find that those two things they play with heaps. Even the older kids do. They build massive towers with the blocks and stuff like that, which if I reduce it, they can't do that. So yes, I pull out broken bits or bits that don't make sense, that don't seem to go with anything. I actually just did it and washed it all. So yes, so that all does that. I don't wash the wooden train tracks because they're wooden, but yeah, so I just did the train tracks. Actually, Olivia's birthday is in a couple of days and she absolutely loves them, but we need more actual tracks, so that's one of her presents. But yes, anyway, so we are doing the massive swap. I don't think we've ever done it this is it badly like this yeah, badly. So yes, so everyone, my goal in this is everyone gets a single bed. I'm not sure if my goal is going to be doable with all their stuff, I'm finding, but I'm so over making bunk beds. Like when I wash all their sheets, it takes me so long because you climb up, you gotta pull it all down, and then you climb back up. And as much as you want the kids to do it, like the kids, Cooper, Lachlan, Tyler can do it fine, but Zoe can't do her bed. She just can't hook it on. And so yes, so I want them on lower beds. Also, when you're 14 and you sit up and hit your head in the roof, it's not great in your bed. So so those 3 are getting single beds. Harry and Joel's bunk's ladder has broken, but it's a split bunk, so I'm just going to make that into 2 beds, and then Bella's bed will be the 3rd bed in that room. And they have all their furniture because they'll get the black bookcase, not stupid things. Everything is all over the place because no one knows where anything belongs anymore, because I've moved some people's clothes into other people's room, and oh boy, it's fun. So they'll get one of these each. They'll get a bookcase each and a desk each, a bed each. Everyone is set in this room. They shouldn't need anything else. Anything that doesn't fit, my rule is you've got too much. I'm going to be quite stern at this now, because yes, we can do this. Harry and Joel have quite a bit of mess in their room. They don't have drawers. I've got to source drawers for them, which I think I'm going to use these drawers here. But yes, so this room, we also need a new dining table because it's pretty crap, and it's actually really messy at the moment because the kids destroy it in the morning, and I've just come home from school run. Under here, I'm going to make my lunchbox snack room type thing. I used to, at our original house, we had a like lunchbox station. It was a buffet and absolutely worked brilliant. Like I would pack all the snacks into little packets and they were all in there, and it was all happy days. The system I got in this house is find a box with muesli bars in it and hope for the best, but then they leave the boxes in there, and oh, it's not a system that's working. So yeah, we do have pantries all over the place because this house doesn't actually have a pantry in the, well, it does. It has this pantry, the world's smallest pantry, which is the worst. So I have all of, one of those shelves is Olivia's allergy stuff, so it's there. No one else can touch it. And then like the stuff that I use every day, like oil for the pan and stuff, Vegemite, that's all there as well. This pantry, this isn't actually a pantry, it's a linen cupboard. And it also has baking stuff in it. And someone has put fly spray there for whatever reason. So this is another pantry, which I'm actually wanting to make this the girls' storage stuff. So that's where all their toys go. And then upstairs in our linen cupboard, I'm going to put the excess food that we have in the rooms, because there's a massive, there's actually 2 linen cupboards upstairs, a really big one with perfect shelves for what I want to do. So I want to make that food storage. I know it's upstairs, but it makes sense because no one uses it. It's just got linen in it, and everyone can have their linen in their beds and stuff. We used to always have that in both houses, actually every house we've lived in. And then this house, because of that linen cupboard, I was like, oh no, we'll put the linen in the linen cupboard. No one knows where their linen is anymore, because it all gets mixed up with everyone else's. So back to my old system we're going. So yes, it's going to be a lot. The lounge room is going to become a lounge room, not a whatever the heck it is at the moment. It's a lounge room / everything. My study is going to be, so we're dueling, so I've made, I'm sorting toddler clothes at the moment, and I've just done washing, so excuse it's just normal, okay, this is just my daily worth. So this I've done this morning, so I need to fold that, because I always put a load in the dryer at night, and then a load, so I flip it when I first get up. So this is what I'm left with after school run. So I've got Tyler and Lachlan sleeping in here. So this room is going to be, so this is where I've been folding all the kids' stuff, only for the last few days. Oh, it's made the lounge room so much cleaner. I've got all the games up there so the toddlers can't get to them. All the big toddler stuff is still there. That's all we've kept. I don't know why these things are up there. They actually shouldn't be there. That's all we've kept out of, and there's a farm. I actually want to get rid of this one. I don't think we want to keep that one. But that is all we've kept out of the giant stuff. They used to fill all the tops of all of them. And then every person, excluding Caitlin and Mark, they had to share, gets their own locker. I could make another one, but yeah, everyone has their own locker. And then down the bottom I have like tea towels, bibs, sheets, towels, and leftover socks. And I don't know why her pajamas are on the floor, but you know, that's my house, that's my life. But anyway, so much going on, and hopefully I can get back into a rhythm with everything. Back to editing. I've finally gone back to Ubering at night properly. I had really low energy. They had to balance out my thyroid medicine. It wasn't working for me. I'm feeling great this time. I felt really nauseous on the first few days, but all good now. So hopefully we are back, guys. Hopefully. And hopefully I can get this house clean because it's driving me crazy. All in one. So I'm going to leave this vlog here and start a new one for our day. But that is it for today, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment below. Bye!